right, today we're going to connect some dots. We've got a few crypto headlines involving Ripple, Ethereum, Chainlink that might seem totally random on their own. But trust me, by the end of this, you're going to see a super clear picture of where the entire crypto world is really heading by 2026. It's a story you won't want to miss. Let's dive in. Look, let's forget about the daily price charts and all the Twitter noise for just a minute. There is a much bigger shift happening right under the surface. The serious players in this space are quietly building the future, and honestly, it looks a whole lot different than what you might expect. Let's go find out what that story is. So the first major clue is all about a fundamental shift in focus. We're seeing this massive move away from the speculative craziness of the past and into an era that's defined by something way more concrete, building the actual foundational infrastructure for the future. For years, let's be honest, a lot of crypto felt kind of like a house of cards, right? It was all built on quick flips and viral headlines. But as you can see here, the future is about building something that's actually solid. We're talking about taking real-world assets and putting them on chain, connecting with traditional finance, and creating tech that's built to last for decades. It's a huge move from just hype to real, tangible utility. Okay, our first big piece of evidence is all about the connection between traditional finance and blockchain. You know, the giants of the old financial world, they're finally building a real, sturdy bridge into this new one, and it is happening as we speak. So take all the recent buzz around Ripple and Ondo finance. Now, Ondo's already making waves with products like the USDY stablecoin, and at the same time, Ripple is building out its own stablecoin and custody services for institutions. This isn't just another partnership announcement, you guys. This is about laying down the essential plumbing, the financial rails, for real institutional adoption. And what's the end game here? Well, it's pretty clear. You take real-world assets, you tokenize them, and then you put them on an incredibly efficient ledger like the XRPL. And what do you get? 24/7 global liquidity and settlement. I mean, this is exactly the kind of practical, secure application that big institutions have been waiting for. It moves blockchain from just a cool idea to an actual real-world tool. Next up, let's talk about ETFs, or exchange-traded funds. We all saw the breakthrough with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but that trend is absolutely not stopping there. Grayscale just recently filed for an ETF that tracks the price of BNB. And this isn't just a one-off thing. It's part of a much bigger pattern. You should really think of ETFs as the official, regulated front door for institutional money. They give these massive funds a simple way to invest in digital assets without all the headaches of holding it themselves. Every single new ETF filing is another signal of growing regulatory acceptance, and that just opens the floodgates for a way more mature and stable market. But look, institutional money needs more than just a way in. It needs a rock-solid foundation to stand on. And our next clue is all about how the underlying technology is being seriously future-proofed to handle this new wave of investment. And this is where we see some truly next-level long-term thinking. Ethereum is actually building a team to tackle something called post-quantum cryptography. In simple terms, they're getting ready for a future where quantum computers could, theoretically, break all of today's encryption. It's like they're building a fortress for a threat that's still way off on the horizon. This tells you everything you need to know about the shift in mindset. Mature projects aren't just chasing short-term transaction speeds anymore. They're focused on building critical, global infrastructure that can actually stand the test of time for the next decade and well beyond that. It's a move from chasing fleeting performance to building lasting resilience. Of course, all that long-term security has to be paired with some serious horsepower. And that's exactly where a network like Solana comes into the picture. The enterprise blockchain firm R3 recently called it the NASDAQ of blockchains, which, I mean, that's a pretty powerful statement about its speed and capacity. But what's really important here is that Solana has been battle-tested. I mean, even during the absolute chaos of those viral meme coin launches, the network proved it could handle these huge, sudden spikes in demand. That's the proof right there that it has the kind of scalable, industrial-strength infrastructure you need to support mass adoption. Okay, so we've got the institutional gateways and we have the future-proof tech. But there is one final, absolutely critical piece to this whole puzzle: the bridge that connects the crypto world to traditional financial markets. Now this is a potential game changer. Chainlink is now bringing real-world stock and ETF price data directly onto the blockchain. What does that mean? It means decentralized applications can now interact with traditional financial markets in real time using accurate information. It's literally like giving the blockchain eyes and ears into the real world. And this connection just opens up a whole new world of possibilities. I mean, imagine decentralized financial products built on tokenized real-world assets, all running on smart contracts. This is the bridge that could make DeFi a serious player in the world of institutional finance, making it more powerful, reliable, and useful than ever before. All right, we've looked at all the evidence, the institutional bridge, the future-proof tech, and the connection to real-world markets. So now, let's step back and see the full picture that all these pieces create together. When you just lay it all out like this, the pattern becomes undeniable. You've got XRP and Ondo building the on-ramps for institutions. You have Ethereum making sure the entire foundation is secure for decades to come. Solana is providing that high-performance engine needed to run everything at scale. And then Chainlink acts as the crucial translator, allowing this new world to speak the language of traditional markets. So, what's the ultimate takeaway from all this? It's that the crypto market is finally growing up. It's shifting away from the wild, speculative days of its youth and into a much more mature phase that's focused on building critical infrastructure, driving real-world adoption, and creating lasting, sustainable value. And so, this whole thing leaves us with a new and, frankly, a much more important question to ask. It's not about what token will pump next anymore. The real question we should be asking is, which projects are truly building the sustainable and useful ecosystems that are going to be indispensable for years to come? That is the real story of crypto in 2026.